Hello and welcome to this JJL Productions special video commentary on Halloween: The Hunt of Michael Myers. Looking forward to it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We will say though, before we start, if you haven't watched the film, we advise you to go and watch the film
Go and watch
itself
it
first.
Go and watch it.
Don't listen to us rabbiting on over it. Go and watch the film because you'll miss a lot with us rabbiting over it.
Yeah.
So, if you're still here now, let's get on with it.
Without further ado, I'm going to
Here
hit
we go.
play. The logos, which we've seen so many times, countless times, I think.
First thing I think I showed you was the JJL Productions
Yeah,
logo.
yeah, it was. This was way back in
2022.
2022. Yeah. This logo though, this logo is actually a lot more
Very
modern.
new, more recent.
Yeah. I said modern. Recent's probably a better word actually, but yeah. I quite liked this little design.
Good logo. About 8 months now, maybe?
Yeah,
roughly.
Yeah. I think we'd finished production, hadn't we?
Oh, by
yeah.
It's the last thing we
The
did.
JJL production.
Because we spent a while on the rebrand of Screenable.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Originally Screenster Records. Go and watch that, by the way. Into Screenable. Here we go.
Interrogation scene.
The last thing we actually months
thing we
after
filmed.
we finished. After we wrapped everything else.
Yeah, this was done from memory because we needed to add a bit of context to the film and start to tie things together.
Of what we want to do in the future.
Yeah.
We needed something to tie the story together.
Future proofing, if you like.
Yeah, so we added this very late on.
I did this role. I'm actually the interrogator, but you can't hear me.
Yeah. Very late on, wasn't it, though?
It was. Not many people have actually seen that.
No, there's only us, John Horn, the composer, and the video editor.
Yeah.
Callum. So then we now
Prison
go
scene.
to the first thing we actually filmed is here.
Yeah. This was improv as well, wasn't it?
I added this
in.
Very last
Not
minute.
this scene. Well,
literally.
I know this bit was.
Originally, we should have started as he opens the door.
Yeah.
He should have just walked in and opened the
No
door.
chit chat. You're late.
You're
bit
late,
of characterization. And
But when we were watching it when we were there on the day, I thought this needs something to start it all off, you know. And instead of him just walking into it, there needs to be something as to why he's running in, why he's
well, there's a bit of sort of character to him, isn't there? Not much, but giving a bit of sort of context.
Yeah, this was the first thing.
Because otherwise you're diving straight in, aren't you?
Yeah. First thing we filmed though, this wasn't it? Back on the 24th of September.
It was, yeah.
Which, believe it or not, at the time of recording this for you guys, obviously you're well in the future, but is actually a year to go next week.
Yeah.
So we're on the 14th of September right now. So it's just under a year since we filmed this.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
This is a nice
Watch the camera change here. So originally this was a deleted scene because at the end of the scene, I can't remember, I think someone messes up, I can't remember who it was, but we decided that this angle was actually better.
Yeah.
You've got the clipboard. You can actually hear Wayne more clearly as well, obviously not because we're commentating over this, but if you actually go and watch the film, which we don't do earlier, then you can actually hear Wayne a lot more clearly.
It's a nice different angle, you know. You see the first two come out, then obviously Michael comes out, so you don't want to see his face.
No, you're trying to hide my face as best you can. Our instruction to Owen, our cameraman and our DLP, was to do not get Morgan's face in.
You can catch glimpses of it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
we don't want his face fully.
No,
John was great, wasn't he?
John's a brilliant actor.
We didn't really give him much direction.
No,
the only direction I said to him was, you play the character as if you're someone that's been in a cell with Michael Myers.
That's it. Yeah,
that was it. That's all I told him.
Yeah,
and he played it so well. This wiry old guy who's
wiry.
Yeah, he was wired. You know, mad.
I'd say more wily than wiry.
No, he's
wiry is how you describe me because I'm very skinny.
No, he's wired. He's wired.
He's wily.
Yeah, it was. He played it fantastic. You know, this guy who envies how he kills and loves everything he's done. And this was nice.
Yeah,
actually, this is rushed.
I think this space, ideally it could have been a bit bigger.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's closed, it's sort of enclosed, surrounded by other walls for building, kind of adds to it a little bit.
Well, it was also the gimmick I wanted when we went to search for locations. I wanted the gimmick of. So Michael Myers is supposed to be the most notorious killer they've seen in that area of the country. the joke of him being in there, in somewhere that's so run down and so not right, you know, he'd be in something massive, you know, really secure, really clean, really.
The biggest thing is that the guards are foiled by an escape plan of, you know, Stephen Reed's just putting his middle finger up to the head prison guard.
Literally, one guy putting
and then he escapes. He doesn't run it. He lets the camera go. He's vanished.
If you're letting them there, don't let that door. You know, they would shut that door.
The door was wide open the whole time. Which was touch.
It's just a touch of they've left the door open, and it's also.
Practice this walk many a time, by the way.
We have been told, haven't we? By people, he does escape very quick.
He does.
But that's what I wanted with it.
Yeah.
I wanted the story to develop quickly. I wanted to get into the story of Loomis and the characters going on the hunt for him.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spend too long, 20 minutes, half an hour on just him trying to escape. No. I wanted it done.
What should we go here? Sorry, just to cut in there.
Fantastic.
Well, this is his house key that he throws away.
It's a good job he didn't slide under. There was a locked door there.
Yeah, there was.
It's a good job he
could have lost it
under there or anything. But yeah, there was a good bit of improv back. So we had him just going through and holding the key.
I think he had a gig to go to as well that afternoon. So he would have been a bit
lost,
wouldn't he?
Yeah. He just threw the key, which was very nice. This took a while to film.
This took 3 takes.
Tracking towards,
First take, you're like, nope.
Yeah,
straight away.
Terrible.
No. And then
I love the music
box,
change here. As he turns
the evidence box as well. You can actually see they've got the prisoner names on.
I love the piano.
Another gimmick, isn't it?
As he turns the mask round, and now it's the fastest costume change in the history of Earth. He's got dressed so quickly. A minute ago, he just had a mask.
He wants to get out of that very high security prison.
Yeah.
No sarcasm at all intended, I promise. And then takes the murder weapon from the conveniently placed cabinet.
With a nice cameo from a Dulux paint can.
Yes. Always handy to have a paint can.
And if you notice in there as well, there's a saw in there as well.
There is. He could have used that to kill him, couldn't he?
Yeah, I love this.
Then it's axe in the back.
This is great, you know.
The cut to black here, bam.
The black and then the voice, and the piano's still going and everything.
Here come the guards.
This was also improv from Simon.
Yeah, it was.
Him to just run past the handcuffs and everything, and he come when.
No, he alerts him to sir, check the cells.
It's
go.
nice.
Yeah,
that's the door we were on about that was locked. That
yes,
he
could have gone under that door, couldn't he? Yeah. And then the blood. I wasn't here for this bit. At this point, I've escaped. Obviously.
Now look at the board. We wrote the evidence numbers and everything on there.
The prisoner numbers.
Yeah, the prisoner numbers and their evidence box numbers are on.
It's gone
there.
Now. You just see Stephen Reed's.
I love the drag mark.
Perched up against it. Yeah, the drag mark. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. Like I say, I wasn't here for this bit, so actually seeing it all on camera for the first time.
What did I use to drag? I think I dragged some.
I can't remember what you did.
I think it was a bit of plastic.
Was it plastic?
I dragged it along the floor.
It looks realistic though.
Yeah.
Got blood trail.
Yeah, nice final shot.
The title sequence.
Do you like these?
Oh yeah, of course I do.
Great.
Why wouldn't I? It's a great title sequence.
Yeah, but even you've got to shout out to the theme.
Oh yeah, the theme makes this title sequence. The number of times we actually watch the title sequence, no theme.
No,
and you just think it's good, but we need something to take it to that next level.
I think I actually before obviously the title sequence was done before John did the theme.
Yeah,
and he obviously linked it up to the visuals.
Yeah.
I put over it in the end the original Halloween thing just to give it some
context
you
did.
To see if it looked right and everything. I played the original Halloween theme over it, but the whole of this score is original.
Yeah, it is.
Nothing's copied. Yeah. It's all original work from John. And
that's a testament to his skills, isn't it?
This was the first thing we saw, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The first thing we heard of his was the theme.
Theme, yeah.
And I remember actually messaging you saying the theme's in, and I was actually worried at first. Obviously John's done fantastic, but when we'd only heard examples of stuff he'd done in the past, but he'd never done the Halloween theme.
He'd done like a mock-up, hadn't he? He'd done a mock-up.
But he'd never done
he never actually done a theme.
No,
yeah.
And I think that was the most important thing to get right, was the theme. We wanted something original, but you can still get the element of a Halloween theme in there. So I remember actually hearing it and having to run into the change room at work and put my headphones in to listen to it, and I messaged you straight away. He's got it.
Yeah.
After that, I was not worried one tiny bit about the music, I knew he's going to do brilliant here. And
Well, that was the acid test, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
I think, you know, I was saying earlier, just going to say, it's a testament to John, obviously, to, you know, create his own original score while also staying, you know, very true to, you know, the Halloween franchise and the scores that have that underpin it, you know. I think it's
very
fantastic.
specific, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, what John Carpenter did. So if you go too far away from it, it's not Halloween.
Yeah.
But you've got to have that originality in there.
Yeah.
You know? So he's done fantastic.
Make it your own.
You know, and it just really suits the title sequence. I love the mask coming towards you know, the pumpkin going. I told you I wanted the pumpkin going and the mask coming through to make it different. I didn't just want a pumpkin there like some of the others. I wanted the mask in there coming through.
Yeah. So that changed a couple of times. I remember from early planning.
God,
it was,
yeah.
and we've got some early kind of establishing shots of Haddonfield. Obviously, our take on Haddonfield, because you know there's obvious limitations of left-hand drive being in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, there's obvious things that we are out of our control. You know, this is more about the story.
Yeah, it is.
You know, yes, we try to
ignore the misgivings. You know,
we tried to look for good enough locations to replicate. As opposed, we went for detached houses, big large houses, not a terrace to say or anything. But an interesting thing that people probably don't notice about these establishing shots is it's the track of the movie. We start on the road where Loomis and the sheriff meet.
Yeah.
And we go through where Michael goes, obviously, where you had the estate where he kills. You're now going to where they meet Alison.
Yeah, the bush.
Obviously, at the right-hand side, just before the camera panned up, you have where he kills the blind man.
Yep.
And everything. So they're not just random shots.
No,
They're
establishing shots of what you're going to see later on.
Where you're going to see. Obviously, in a darker light, apart from where the sheriff meets Loomis. But at night, the others, they're, you know, places where we go on the film. And then obviously we've got a far away from the country. The second thing we actually filmed.
Yeah, second day this was.
This was ridiculous.
Number takes this got tripping on that final step.
The first shot, where I tripped over the steps, so we had to go again.
And then the second shot where you can just see me in the background.
Yeah.
Because we had originally a second angle, reverse angle of Loomis coming up the stairs there. We decided not to go with it because I couldn't get myself out of the way, could I? So
it was also the fact of before. When we filmed this, we wanted to keep, until this moment here, we wanted to keep Loomis's identity secret.
Wow.
We didn't want people to know. We thought, Loomis? You know,
you've been framed on the TV. Sorry.
That was great, but we wanted to keep Loomis's, obviously, Good Morning Dr. Loomis, and people are like, Loomis? Is this a younger version of Loomis? Or, you know, people thinking, and then you hear John.
Is it Sam?
Oh, you hear John. Oh, it's a different Loomis. But obviously then we put the introductory shot in of him being interrogated, so we didn't need it in the end. But I still like that shot. I think it's nice of him following up with the theme, Loomis's theme that John's done again. He's great. These two are great.
Well, we're talking there. You've got Dr. Lanford and Dr. Cooper, who, you know, they provided a little bit of comic relief to the early stages of the film. We didn't want to just be pure.
No.
Horror, death, all the way through.
Well, it was in my final draft. Originally, in my draft, you didn't have as much of these in it.
They were barely in it. You didn't have the coin flip scene, which we'll see later.
The coin flip in the moment was never in it.
No.
As soon as Loomis left, you got him driving away. And I thought, it's a crying shit, because when we went to the read-through as well, the chemistry these two had straight away.
Absolutely. You could tell straight away.
You know, they clicked straight away. It was fantastic.
They even did, on the day of shooting, they even did an improv scene together.
They did,
pretended to be, one of them was an interviewer for MI5, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then the other one was obviously applying for a job, and obviously the joke about 10 Downing Street and the government.
It was a fantastic improv shot.
Amazing.
But yeah, so we didn't want to just use them for all of a couple of seconds.
No.
So I added in the coin flip scene very late on into drafts of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't in until the final draft. That's the only draft I put it in, the final draft. And it was also like Morgan said, you know, it's a dark film. There's a lot of death. And I thought at the start, we've got to have just a little light-hearted shot.
It's almost like a distraction, isn't it, from kind of what's just been going on, obviously, as you'll see soon, obviously, Loomis spots the news on the TV that he's escaped.
The lighting on this.
Yeah, the lighting's amazing. Yeah, but it's you know what's going to happen essentially because Loomis has spotted that Michael's out. He makes it his mission to go.
Going to the lighting again. Yeah. Also, for it shows this scene. It's a dark scene in a way. It's obviously he's trying to help Peter, but Peter's nearly killed his stepfather. It's a dark, he's talking to him about potentially killing someone. It's a dark scene. And then obviously you go from him really, attentively listening to suddenly, hang on a minute. And it's just, his job's thrown aside now. And
this scene, this kind of scene where he obviously realises he's out, and Langford's trying to sort of reason with him and say, what about your patience? What about your patience? You know what your grandfather would have said. I can't remember that dialogue, but yeah, this was a good scene. It took a few goes from what I remember.
It did.
And you, Sam, so what?
We did two versions of this, didn't
we? Yeah, we did.
We did one where Langford was quite angry and he was, what are you doing? But then we said, let's try a calmer.
I prefer it where he is calmer.
More professional. And we decided in the end, it's better. He's showing, in some aspects, he's professional,
Yeah.
And it's also showing the opposite. He's very calm, he's telling him what to do. Whereas Loomis is, I am doing this.
Yeah.
I sat there with him, I told him I'd do this, and that's what I'm going to do. And you see it here now.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do for my grandfather. He shows his aggression, and Langford just stays calm. So they're opposites.
Yeah,
in
they
this, are. And it's sort of showing that he has a bit
coffee.
of a temper.
Yeah, grab your coffee, Doc.
I love this match. Just looks like what on earth is going on.
And you've got the report. Spot the Easter egg in the corner.
Yeah, the Morecambe badge. Faithful Shrimps fans.
Not
but Max, I must admit, I've got to give a shout out to Max for his acting. He's never acted before.
No.
Max is my brother, if anyone doesn't know. And that was his first role he'd ever acted, and he did fantastic there. Obviously, to play a schizophrenic child, not easy, and he did well there.
This was all green screened, by the way.
Yes,
I put this green screen together.
Green screen behind you.
There is a laptop there that I'm reading off. Or trying not to read off.
Yeah. This is it.
Coin flip scene. Here we go. I'll let you lead on this one.
Fantastic scene. I just thought there's got to be something more between these two, and it also gives chance for you seeing that break between Loomis getting to Haddonfield and meeting the sheriff. Obviously you don't want it going straight from him walking out to bang, he's in Haddonfield. Let's have a bit of time in between. It's not long, it's about a minute, but I do like it, and I will say there is a reason for this coin flip, which, without letting too much away, is coming again.
Yeah.
There's more to come with these
You'll
two.
see these two again at some point.
Not in this film.
Not in the film.
Obviously, because you've already watched it, but there's more to come, trust me. We couldn't leave these two fantastic actors with just that small bit. There's more to come. And then obviously we've got Loomis.
So that was a late cutaway shot just there that you've seen. And then we go back to, this was day 3 of filming.
The weakest coffee ever. Which is actually just a tea bag. Give it its brown colour, put in a cold.
I don't know how you can stomach the taste of that.
Did you not see my face?
You did well to not make it too obvious, to be fair.
Straight face, and then obviously we're introduced to the wonderful Thomas now.
Doc.
Sheriff Bascom.
Yeah, he pulls him to the side here.
Loomis.
Yeah.
Yes, can I help you, sir?
I love the noise the car makes. And
the electric handbrake.
Yeah. Dr. Loomis. Can I help you, sir? Shake hands. We had to blur the plate there, which actually works quite well because in America they don't actually have a front number plate, do they? So there's a little bit of realism there.
Now I tell you this, we went and searched this location many times.
Yeah, we did.
We sat in this lay-by for hours, checking the traffic, and it was so dead. For a minute we put a camera, lighting, a boom, actors there. We had the amount of takes it took because we didn't.
Everyone wants to see a camera and someone with a fake prop gun, don't they? That's just typical, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to stop because there's cars coming past. Countless takes where we had to cut in half, and then we didn't actually use ones that we cut in half.
No,
because the flow and the rhythm of the scene was gone, so we had to go back to the drawing board. There was a wide that we wanted to use, not here, but obviously at the start.
Here it is, the most wonderful location we went to on the last weekend of filming this, wasn't it?
The Grand Homestay. This is the final day.
Lanticilio Hall, fantastic place. We all stayed there for a weekend filming here and the end of the film. And what a fantastic location. Wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Fantastic location.
That was improv. You know where he pushes the reporter there? That wasn't in the script, but he just kind of did that of his own accord, and it adds to the scene a little bit. And then you see the horror in her face as she's asked a question.
Not again.
And then in they go. So here, we didn't actually turn the TV on here. What we did was we made sure that the lighting made it look like that you could sort of see a bit of light on her face on
we
TV.
spent quite a bit talking about this, didn't we? Whether we were going to put the audio in of the TV or whether we were going to show an alternative shot of the TV.
No,
we decided to leave it this way to focus on, Lucy's acting. She's done a really good job of showing the fear of Alison.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's.
I love how he doesn't use his phone here, and he has to borrow your phone to make a call.
Yes.
Well, I don't know why, but it's just a funny, peculiar little touch, I suppose. And then the cutaway of the police station,
which actually wasn't this. The light wasn't like that. It was.
That's been darkened to make it.
And
look
this
like
is the first ever thing me and Thomas filmed together here.
There was originally another scene there of the police officers actually having a conversation.
General chit-chat,
conversation, but we didn't use it.
We didn't. We thought it wasn't necessary for.
Well, it was also pointless. Because one of the officers wasn't in the shot.
Yeah, it was a bit pointless. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, these scenes here from Thomas and myself walking through the door there and all this was the first day of filming.
Yeah.
And the first thing we actually obviously filmed together.
Yeah.
Myself and Thomas, which is where the chemistry started to build, which gets better and better as the film goes on.
Yeah.
And it's also the sheriff quite quickly trusts Loomis.
He does.
After he tells him what's happened.
Yeah. I think, having a few hours sat together reading case files will do that, won't it? It'll start to build trust. I mean,
first line I actually delivered film.
Yeah.
And actually, originally, because obviously Thomas went American for some reason.
You went American.
But keeping, even though I am Northern, still British.
Yeah.
Like the original Loomis, Donald Pleasance. Keeping to the
Perhaps
British.
Wasn't as
ilk.
Northern, but certainly British.
Nowhere near British. Nowhere near as Northern as me.
This is the first of our street scenes, so we obviously got some extras, people you know quite well.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. Yeah, the egg throwing scene. So this is where you start to see Michael out in the wild, as it were.
Yeah, and if you probably notice, you're thinking, hang on a minute, I recognise that boy in that hood. Yes, it's Max again.
I tried to look intimidating here. I think I pulled it off quite well.
Yeah. Just stand there.
Yeah, just stand as tall as I am.
No movement, just looking at them whilst they question it, and obviously...
I wasn't even looking at them, to be fair. I was just kind of staring into space.
Yeah. Concentrating on that.
I was concentrating on him delivering the line and then walking off so that I could then sort of walk off into space as well. But it worked okay.
I love this return.
Yeah. I love this scene.
This was a late added scene. This was actually added on the day of filming. There was no tomato chop in the script, and we thought, let's add this scene by showing...
It's again an establishing shot of the knife, isn't it?
Uses, to kill him. So establishing he's using that knife is great, and this was a great...
This dance scene coming up, I absolutely
which again was originally not in the the original script. We originally
he just walked in, wasn't he?
Where he just walked in and they were already dancing. Literally killed them. There's no... Was that someone in the kitchen? Who's that? Let's put the dance... And then we thought... No, it'd be nice to establish just these people who just enjoying
again, give them a bit of character, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, this shot here, the lighting and everything's fantastic. But yeah, so we just wanted to show these characters going about their day, enjoying themselves, having a dance to a record and everything, not knowing that at the end of that record they're going to die. It was kind of...
Well, we actually called the scene, did we call it like sort of Dance with Death or something like that?
Dancing with Death.
Dancing with Death, that's one, because that's what it is, isn't it? It's the final moments, sort of dancing, and then obviously, Michael comes in and does what he does.
Yeah.
But I think the way that this scene builds, if I'm honest, it's one of my favourites.
Yeah.
It's one of the longer scenes in the film, but as we're going to see soon, obviously we cut to the outside, and then what we added was John's composition for this scene as well.
Yeah, it's a little discreet under...
Yeah.
As Michael walks in.
Well, it's as he walks to the window here.
Well, the music's in now.
Yeah, it's in now, yeah. But it's obviously it starts to build. When it cuts back to him in a minute,
Yeah.
that's when it starts to build up.
So the music's in now. Just under the record, you can hear that slight bit of building music. And it's really great how it builds.
It's brilliant, yeah. If you notice here, lots of different like sort of scenes, shoots, I should say, sort of spliced together, angles with the dance. I actually reused some of them if you look closely enough. But so I think this is one of my favourite bits of acting that I did here. So obviously sort of lean in,
and then just turn
to the door. Try the handle. Is it
and
open?
Obviously, you hear the music there.
Yeah,
the music increases. And I love it. This is one of my favourite shots.
This shot
of the whole
is incredible.
Film.
This shot's incredible.
You know, they are so happy looking into each other's eyes that he's just
they
there.
don't notice him. They
don't recognise him. It's fantastic.
We don't even know he's there.
Yeah, you know, they've not a clue. They're so focused on
so
each
engrossed
other
in it.
and engrossed in each other. And I love this shot here of the needle nearly at the end of the record.
Coming to the end.
Foreshadowing that they're coming to the end of their life as well, not just the end of the record.
Yeah.
It was a really nice thing to put in.
Takes the knife.
And obviously the knife now, you know, the thing he chopped tomatoes with, again, why the shot was put in.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got the...
This was the bang that you're going to hear now.
It was me.
It was you.
I'm sat in the kitchen there and
Yeah.
I bang on the chest freezer.
Yeah.
As the record stopped, I bang on.
There were about 5 or 6 people in that kitchen when we were doing this shot. I'm sure there were.
There's quite a few of us travelling in that back corner,
hiding.
Yeah, ready for the crime scene of this area scene. So there's probably about 5, 6.
There was, there was. Yeah.
I love this. I think this is great.
This took a few takes. I think we had
different versions of aggression.
Well, there's one where I just stab him repeatedly. This one, I just stab him. But there's others where
one where it was a quick jab.
Yeah, just a quick jab. Yeah.
And one where it was a slice. And
but I think the multiple stabbing, I think it works
also
better.
the neck grab as well.
Yeah, it is.
It was the best. I love this where you're just stood there. She's so afraid and everything, and you just stood there.
Yeah.
And
I come towards her. Grab the bat. There was one take where she wouldn't let go of that bat.
Yeah.
And then back to the head. Nice little sound effect. And then that's just a still shot actually. From one of the crime scenes that you're going to see later. But then he obviously picks up the knife.
Just him walking out so discreet, just bit bend, not straight, and then I love this emerging from the darkness. You just see him.
The darkness is really that makes that scene.
It's a nice bit.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And
I love a blood dripping from a knife here. That was a really nice touch. We made sure to get our makeup artist to put extra blood on my knife there.
And now this bit here, all of this was filmed on the hottest October day I have ever known in my life. It was about 9 o'clock at night when we filmed all of these.
It was more than 20 degrees, wasn't it?
It was 25. Yeah.
Was it really hot?
Before we did the part where I come in with the officers.
Yeah.
I was in shorts and t-shirts because it was that hot. It was 25 degrees, and then obviously having to put the overcoat on. Oh my goodness! It was a really hot night.
This scene coming up here, obviously, where we've got the baby any second now. That baby is CGI because we forgot to put a baby on the sofa.
Well, we questioned how we were going to work it. We couldn't just randomly pick a baby, but that's nice. That scene. A lot of people.
Yeah, the shadow.
A lot of people don't notice it, but if you look back and watch it, the shadow on the wall of it.
Rewind it 5 seconds.
Yeah, we wanted to concentrate on the shadow behind the knife going up and down.
The hand on the TV.
The music now going in, and that photo wasn't even on the TV.
No, that was added on as well. Yeah.
This was a nice shot. We had this quite late because originally it just went straight to Loomis and the sheriff.
Back to the case file scene, wasn't it? But yeah, this is the emergency response, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seeing where they're going, and then you've got the case files. This is quite an emotive scene, I think.
Yeah, it's a really pinnacle scene.
Yeah, that's the script they're reading off, by the way.
Yeah. We looked for something with lots of words on that was big pages, and we thought, what can we use? We're not even on the page of that.
No.
We just picked the script, right, that's your case files. It's got lots of words on, it's big.
Yeah. And we've got several copies of it too.
Yeah.
So you can just stack all the scripts up.
Yeah, so
yeah.
You're not going to make the same mistake.
I love the casualness of Thomas's sheriff now. He's took the tie off, he's just leant back, he's getting a bit bored of everything. But it was nice to film here because these are actual interrogation rooms.
Well, this is a soundproof room that we
room
got.
for the
Yeah,
interrogation.
So this used to be the building that we filmed in here used to be a former police station.
Yeah.
That's why it's got holding cells and lots of offices and
Yeah.
the soundproof room, which we made good use of. It's also got a good exterior space as well, with a car park as well.
Yeah.
Which you'll see later on. I'll point that out when we come to it.
And
But
even the mayor's chambers upstairs and
Yeah.
everything, the judge's chambers.
yeah, it's a shame we didn't get to use those. But
Which actually we were honoured because we walked up a set of stairs that was actually only for the judge
Yes.
at the time.
Yes.
No one else could use that staircase except the judge. And
many years ago.
we actually used the offices upstairs there as changing rooms.
Yeah, we did.
And, stuff.
Not the chamber though.
No, we couldn't use the
unfortunately.
chamber. What a
Yeah.
beautiful room.
Oh,
that
it's a
was,
lovely
wasn't
room. It's a shame we won't get to use it. But
But this is a lovely, it's Loomis telling him, there's about, I used a lot of the original script, it
Yeah.
says no eyes, the white face,
No
pale
emotion.
everything, which is iconic, it's showing the mask. That is the representation of the mask.
yeah.
He's saying he didn't, nothing was exaggerated, as a kid he always thought he exaggerated stuff and
Well,
made
you
it,
do, don't you?
he made it up a bit,
But that's
he
the
meant
classic
everything.
kind of child-parent relationship, Like obviously, when you've got little kids, I don't have kids, but when you've got little kids,
Yeah.
you sort of tell your children little white lies, don't you? So it was sort of him thinking, oh, it's my
this
grandfather
was
telling me little lies, but he wasn't.
I put this in here, and I really like this line of thinking if you don't say anything in your head, you go crazy.
Yeah,
And that's why he thinks that the older Michael gets, the more senile he becomes. I think that's a really...
more dangerous he becomes.
Yeah, that he becomes dangerous with the more, senile he becomes. It's
And
really
here
good.
comes the phone. So this was all added in. So essentially, on the day, it was me saying ring ring, and then me actually saying
the lines.
the officer's lines. We added the audio in
Kenny was
afterwards.
put in.
Yeah. We got Kenny to separate building where we had the recordings for the lines, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we just added the sound effects in afterwards.
Yeah.
Our sound editor did really well with the effects.
Yeah, it's...
Big up, Craig.
Yeah, even
Shout
this
out.
shot now, the police lights on the little girl.
Yeah.
We added in because we wanted to show, obviously, there was a crowd. Obviously, trying to get a crowd onto a housing estate was difficult.
Yeah.
Without, impacting access and obviously disturbing residents. So we put...
Well, we couldn't even get the roads closed, could
No,
we?
it
So
was-
it was always
yeah.
it was always a
The
challenge.
lighting
to try
here
and-
is
the lighting.
sensational.
I think this is my favourite piece of lighting, other than the Myers House scene. But we'll come on to
Yeah.
that. You'll see that. But in terms of the outdoors, yeah, we got the lighting spot on here. It was good that our DOP was also had some experience with lighting, so we made him just sort of go around and make sure all the lighting of exposure was correct.
Try her again.
And then we're going to see another cutaway. Well, not a cutaway. This is in the exterior that I was talking about earlier. So this is in the car
This is a
park.
nice shot. This
Yeah.
is, him under-
Again, the lighting there is good, I think.
And it's actually not even a light. It's
No?
a car light.
Yeah.
Because,
No, this one wasn't. This one was a light.
yeah. because
The car lights you're going to see
in a moment.
in a moment. Yeah. This was just before the batteries and the electrics failed, wasn't it?
The building tripped.
Buildings
It's electric,
did, yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Obviously, all the lighting was plugged in, but the building's electric tripped, so the light, went out.
Yeah.
So this nice cutaway shot here.
I love this colour. This was my idea, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And you don't see her
It's
fate,
not
but
now.
it's implied. Yeah, so you can actually see, if you look closely in the car door, you can see the car headlights. That's our DOP's car. It's just trying to add a bit of light to the scene.
Yeah, because obviously the lights have blown, so it was
Yeah.
the only way we.
It's the only option,
we
wasn't
had. We had a very limited amount of time to get this shot.
Well, we had to pack up and go straight as soon as we
Yeah.
finished this scene.
So to get this, we had to get this as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Um,
This scene, I mean, it's going to end any second now, but when you drove forward here, you actually hit like a small cardboard box.
yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, whoa, stop! And this was another cutaway that we added in. And then they arrive at the crime scene.
Yeah, nice shot. This of the car coming up with
And
the
the
lights
rain.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. The rain was on and off all night though, so it was kind of tricky to have the rain just kind of. We didn't have the luxury of anything like a rain machine or anything like that.
No. But if you notice here, if you watch, look, I look back and stop and move a little back from Thomas.
Yeah.
Because I knew here I'd take a while to walk
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Because I'm looking around.
Well, it's almost implied that you've sort of wandered off down there
Yeah,
before
I'm
you
looking
double
for-
back to come with the officers as they try to sort of control the crowd. This shot of Thomas here is brilliant. And then back to the wide. I think that was good acting from Greg. I don't think we sometimes gave Greg enough credit for his acting, because obviously what he did off camera was amazing.
Oh, his off-camera skills.
Yeah. But his acting isn't bad either. You know, the expression of. Do you think this is a work of Michael Myers' expression here, and how he exhales and starts to lead, obviously, the officers down the hill to the crime scenes.
Yeah, but he's also, like I said, he was a massive help off screen.
Absolutely.
And obviously we promoted him to assistant director for our next project.
Yeah.
Which you'll start from our little discreet hints, start understanding what we're going to do next, but will officially be announced on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
This changing music here and everything, obviously.
It's again establishing the crime scenes.
Believe it or not, though, when we first heard that music before it was put to the video, and you were a bit unsure about it.
I was, because I didn't have the benefit of matching it to the video.
No, but as soon as you saw it to the video, you said that is one of my favourite parts of the soundtrack. Yeah, the score.
It fits the crime scenes perfectly, to be fair, and. I think that was when I was really sort of sold on John's work. I mean, I already thought that the theme was great, but as soon as I started to hear the additional sort of scores scene by scene, I was slowly sort of like, this guy's the man we need.
I love this concentrating on Thomas. Obviously, my character's talking about the injuries. Thomas is, don't touch anything. He stays on him.
Now, do you believe me? The show's still not convinced.
This was a late shot added.
It was.
We weren't going to have this in the film. We were originally going to have, as soon as he says show me the next house, them walking down the street, but we thought, no, let's add them walking out the house. Obviously I'm there concentrating, looking around, and it's also this bit here we added in of him looking in the bush.
This is the paranoia.
It seems daft.
Yeah.
But we say it later on in the film. Loomis himself says it, that fear makes you irrational. Thinking irrationally, and he is thinking around. Why would he be in a bush?
Yeah.
But he's thinking, could he be there?
But it's the underlying kind of theme of fear and paranoia that sort of, you see it throughout the film, to be fair, but. Yeah, I think for Loomis, obviously knowing what his family had sort of gone through in the previous sort of films, he's trying to make doubly sure that he, where is Michael? You're sort of looking over your shoulder, thinking, where is he? The blood as well. So the shot here of the blood that you see now. Originally, we were going to have that a bit shorter, but we wanted to sort of show the kind of full blood trail going in towards the house.
Yeah, it's we cut this scene here. We had originally a shot from high up, from roofed level.
We did.
Of Loomis walking through the sheets. The way we had the shot of Michael in the sheets to from the original 1978 one we were in the sheets. We wanted Loomis to be there as well. I love that.
That
really
visual effect's
nice
amazing.
Shot.
Yeah.
Just this little line here as well. It's great. Maybe he has a conscience. Evil has no conscience.
Yeah. Bloody hand on the TV.
And we need to get after him.
Oh, I'm reminded. You remind me of this all the time, actually.
Yes.
As Loomis goes towards the TV, we had to cut because I was stood underneath the staircase opposite. So here, cut, so you don't see me, and then he tries to wipe it off the screen.
Of forgetting there's a mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
So in the shot of me walking towards the TV, you just catch at the end of that shot you. But I love this.
Yeah.
That line of Michael Myers' unfinished business.
This scene here,
We had two versions.
Yeah.
We had one where he just walks past them and turns where Loomis was stood and talks to him there, but then we use this one. We
wanted Greg's acting to be included, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is another cutaway. So during this time they're running back towards the car.
Yeah.
And then this scene, this chemistry between the two of you for this scene is actually quite good. I really enjoyed it. Took a few goes to get. You'll see on our blooper reel. You got a plan?
It's the back and forth so quick. Have you got a plan? I've got a plan.
Well,
So
that's because you'd had so many goes at doing the
that's
scene,
what
but you knew.
it really adds to it,
Yeah,
though, you know.
yeah.
And then he sort of sits back. Well, actually, I haven't got a plan. I'm just thinking of one.
I'm thinking of one.
Yeah, it's.
But he chose to trust him. This scene, by the way, was filmed in broad daylight, but we had our video editor work his magic and actually darken the scene. And you'll see in a moment when they actually go outside. It was a good job that the lights outside the house were on to make it. It's got that nighttime effect almost.
Oh, for God's sake, wait for me!
So it's only a short scene, but you start to see Michael again soon, I promise.
Yeah, it's that build up again, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You don't want him on. You want when he's on screen.
It looks dark, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was midday.
Yeah. You want, though, when he's on screen, it to be impactful.
Yeah, you do.
You don't want him to be on screen.
No, you can't be there constantly.
He's just there again, walking around. You want it to be impactful. And this, oh my God, this was such a cold night.
-2.
Three,
-2,
maybe?
I think it was.
-2, 3.
Well, you were all right. You had 3 layers on,
Yeah.
so you didn't. Have
This
to
was the last
suffer.
shot of 2023, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was. Yeah.
This was a couple of weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
About the 6th, 5th.
I think it was the
6th.
3rd. I think it was the 3rd December. Yeah.
Well, around the first week of December.
Yeah, it was the
Very cold
3rd
night.
December, I'm sure.
And the only light source we had, we were about a mile off the road.
Yeah.
In a big abandoned
Big open field.
public footpath, it was classed as, wasn't it?
It was, but
There's
the
nothing
grass
there.
is actually on a slope.
Yeah,
You can't see that, but it is.
there's nothing there, so the only light source we had was the torches and the lighting.
Yeah, the lighting rigs, which we only had 3 of them.
Let's go.
Bryn Mawr here, as he sort of shakes, that I think he's cold, but it actually adds to.
As if he's scared.
Yeah, he's always scared to shoot him. Like he's got the gun from his dad's room, and he's gonna put a cap in Michael's ass, but he doesn't. Because Michael gets up and starts to wreak havoc.
This is great. This took a lot.
This took ages to get right, but yeah, it was the angle of getting the crowbar into his face. I didn't want to hurt him.
No, of course, yeah.
And then the neck snap.
The music change,
Yeah.
doom.
Perfect.
Real, and that look of you just looking down at him was a really nice angle.
Yeah.
The eyes flickering. He's still not that. He's passing away.
Yeah.
His injuries really. I love that shot.
That whole scene's good.
Yeah.
Really well crafted.
Yeah. It took a lot, didn't it? That scene.
Every driving scene.
He's stationary.
Yeah, you see, you bastard, you got there before me. No, yeah. So how we did this was we didn't run the engine. We had someone, usually me, take a light and rotate it around,
As if it's the
as if it's
street lights.
yes, as if we're passing street lights. Yeah. So, but obviously they pull up here because they see Michael, or they think they see Michael.
Yeah. It's a really, really nice shot. This that one
Yeah.
of him moving through the windscreen.
Yeah.
And
Come on, Michael.
yeah, they jump
This
out.
was one of the wettest days, by the way.
This was Lucy's first day.
Yes,
as the
this was the
character.
first time we met Lucy.
It's a really difficult scene to go as well, obviously.
Yeah.
It's an intense scene, you know, and she's done really well coming straight in
Yeah.
and doing it as her first scene, you know. It's
I think that scene as well as we've just seen them running down with the shotgun. That's iconic. That's something you see on pretty much every single teaser or every trailer.
yeah.
That's the scene that I think is synonymous with our film,
Yeah.
and it's one that I'm proud of actually.
Look, I love this. Max is still laughing in the back.
Yeah.
he's just told him, clear off, get
Yeah.
away, you know, and he's still laughing.
Still sees the funny side.
Yeah.
Joshua's going to be
Yeah.
honestly one of the next big things.
Absolutely.
I think
Joshua Smith
Joshua's acting
As
is fantastic.
the Davis boy was fantastic in this film.
Yeah, he just understood, what he needed to do perfectly.
I'm holding your grandfather accountable.
So we come to another driving scene. So we're talking about obviously the Myers house, and I think when they say, "Oh, there it is, the old Myers house," I kind of wish we had a cutaway of a Myers house.
We and hard about it.
We
didn't
did,
we?
yeah,
We
yeah.
just felt the flow of the conversation and everything. It was better to keep it in the car. It would have been nice to get an establishing shot on the Myers house, which we get later on.
You do, yeah.
But
You get it where you need it.
Yeah.
But I don't. I just wish we had enough one.
But I also think it helps as well. It's the build up.
Yeah.
What are they looking at? What does the Myers house?
What does it look like? How big is it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
what are they close to, and
Yeah.
everything. And obviously, it leaves that bit of mystery around
Yeah.
it. You know, the jokes between Loomis and the sheriff now, you know, showing that chemistry again.
Oh, yeah.
Not just myself and Thomas, but the characters.
Yeah.
You know, he's taking the mick out of...
It's character development, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he's taking the mick out of the sheriff, you know, her ghost haunts the house and everything. You'd just be scared to go in there, you know, joking and everything.
Mm.
And then my favourite soundtrack of the film actually here, from this bit onwards to the end of the Myers house, is my favourite part of the film.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it just builds up, doesn't it? This scene took a while to get right, but it was the timing of getting Jordan to run from the pathway out onto the main road, of the car coming around the corner. I had to ring you, didn't I?
Yeah.
I had to ring you as a cue for you to set off. Yeah. Took a few tries back.
The quickest run in life. He's just pulled.
He's just pulled up.
Absolutely.
He's just pulled up and pegged
sprinted across to see where Michael is. This turnaround, you don't see it's discreet there. Thomas slowly taking his gun out.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
I didn't notice that first time I saw this.
And they both turn around.
This is the cutaway. I'm pleased with it.
Yeah.
Such an old building, which I'm so happy we got that location. By the way, like that's one of my. That is probably my favourite location.
This bit here, the build up to it all.
Yeah.
I need to go in there and stop him.
Well, it's for eeriness, isn't it? You know, it's almost pitch black, and when we actually cut in a second to the location in North Yorkshire, it was near the market town of Settle, so not too far from us actually, only about an hour's drive. This whole scene has been darkened.
Yes.
Especially the interior. The interior of the house had lots of construction work going on, which kind of added to its derelict nature. But it also had lots of hanging light switches, which made it look lighter. So here we go, it's been darkened. So you see them just emerging from the doorway there. It's pitch black in that doorway, but originally it wasn't. You could see them quite clearly. So the work again that our video editor Callum has done on this has been nothing short of sensational, let me tell you. And then this, where he pulls his phone out with the torch, we wanted to say, it's modern day.
Originally we were going to have him just pull a torch out, but
he
said, it's modern day, it's 2024.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he have a phone with a torch on?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I love this bit here.
This shot, I love this shot so much.
Yeah.
I love it. And then
just the thing of just outside then, they've just said, the sheriff just said, we stick together.
Yeah.
We stay together, and Loomis has already said.
It's the classic horror trope, isn't it?
You go one way, I'll go the other.
Yeah. And it never ends well, does it?
No, it never does. Just the music change here now to the dead end.
Yeah, well, the music's great here. But I think this shot again,
of him slowly emerging up the stairs.
Yeah, well, that's not with the way the colouring's been done. How that's been completely darkened. That is pitch black now. Like, you can't see a thing.
Yeah, down that hall.
Yeah,
there's another corridor there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a whole corridor, which we didn't actually use. That's where the toilet was.
Yeah. This scene here, lovely.
Yeah,
of him walking around.
Just this whole scene, the way it builds slowly.
Yeah.
See him walking through.
But just this bit, obviously the music's still gentle.
Again, look, pitch black again.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. Yeah. It's really well crafted.
And then as soon as he walks in the room,
yeah,
the music changing.
Yeah, it heightens, doesn't it?
You know something's going to happen. It's building. Obviously he looks out the window.
This cue as well, by the way.
This is a cue, actually.
Yeah, this was a cue to get me to emerge. Yeah. He moves a plank of wood
to bang it on the other side. So that was the cue for Morgan to come out.
Yeah, it was.
Cut there.
Yeah.
Because then
we're cutting back to Loomis downstairs.
This took a while, didn't it, getting that shot of him?
Yeah, it did. It's nice though. I'm glad we put it in.
And then
here he comes. I had to switch hands there with the knife.
To your dominant hand.
Yeah, I'm right-handed, like most people. And then the bang. Loomis comes racing up the stairs. Again, got the shot there.
This is a good bit, Thomas acting.
So I'm obviously not that strong. So what we did here was we stacked some polystyrene against the wall.
Yeah.
And we made him sort of stand on it to make it look like that I've obviously lifted him up against the wall.
We had another angle here that we didn't use. Obviously, when you hear me shout Michael, we had an angle where you see me
Yeah.
come from the door and the, run
You're
back.
so bitter that we didn't use that shot.
I like the realisation that it is Michael and everything,
Yeah.
but it works either way.
Yeah, it still works.
But
Yeah.
I love,
It was not an easy decision when I was doing the bass
No.
edit. I'll say that much. The phone call as well. So originally,
Radio.
we had walkie-talkies in the script.
Radio.
Never used them. Never used radios. It was all mobile phones.
Well, we originally had walkie, like you say, the radios in the
Yeah.
script, but it's modern day. They'd have phones.
Yeah. I love this scene.
Yeah, just you coming from the doorway.
This
the
took a few.
darkness.
It took a few goes.
Yeah, it
I
did.
wonder why.
It was the awkwardness of me having to fall down the stairs.
Yeah. Luckily, you had Pietro catch you.
Yeah.
That helped.
And then this here, I like this scene.
Yeah, I think this took a while because it was very wet. So we did the outdoor scenes before we did the indoor scenes.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was easy for our actors who'd come from the outdoor scenes to get home earlier.
Yeah.
And come quite a long way. Kenny
It's
especially
that, I love
come a long
that,
way.
them walking from under the street lights.
Yeah.
And obviously this scene.
This took a while because we were trying to sort of simulate me falling out of a window here. And then originally here, as Michael falls out of the window, we were going to have the officers exclaim, "Oh Jesus!" or
Yeah.
something to that
Profound
effect.
words.
Yeah,
But
yeah. We didn't use it in the end.
we just thought, they know what.
Just the
Michael's
shock,
like.
isn't it? It's the shock
They're-
of seeing him
they're
come out the
shocked
window.
into silence.
Yeah,
And obviously then the arrogance of Masterson.
yeah.
I
Thinking he's
see
dead. You can actually see him breathing
Yeah.
if you look closely enough, and then the knife across the throat, and then the use of the human shield.
I love this.
Yeah.
I remember this is one of the first things I wrote in the script about him using Masterson as a human shield.
Yeah.
And that, obviously then he throws him.
Thankfully, he was quite skinny, so he wasn't very heavy.
And
Could
here,
just about pick him up.
this is it.
I like this piece of acting too. He springs to life. He comes to.
The leg twitch. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then.
No, it's here where he turns to him. There you go.
You like that acting there, yeah? Thank you very
I do.
much. Thomas actually slapped me there.
He did, yeah.
You hear the contact.
Yeah, you do.
I was
You
like,
hear
that
the-
was
you
the
hear
shock
the-
for me. I the first time we did that, I closed my eyes and I'm like, yeah, he's got that line now. We're dealing with nothing but evil in the ship.
But alas, they're too late.
But it's also the fact that Loomis is a lot more run, go,
Yeah.
quick than the sheriff. The sheriff's very, we'll get there.
Yeah,
Loomis is like, go, 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 all the time.
yeah.
I love this one of, Thomas walking up
This
to the body.
what I did here was I split the shot.
Yeah.
So that you see one body and then the other. I just think it adds a bit more to it. Lengthens that scene as well, to be
Yeah.
fair. Come on.
Look, he's
Again,
gone.
the urgency, isn't it?
He's gone, but
Yeah.
the sheriff
The
just...
sheriff's too busy mourning.
Yeah, he's-
Can't believe
oh my
that.
God,
Can't
the
believe that
officers
two of
are-
his finest officers, in inverted commas, have been murdered by Michael.
Very easily, man.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I was just
yeah. It didn't really.
Gimmick jump scare.
Yeah.
Dr. John Loomis, my grandfather knew your grandfather.
This scene coming up, not this one, but the scene where we go a bit wider.
Yeah.
Took a lot of takes. It was something different every time as well. It was something
Yeah.
different. One minute it was Thomas messing up his line, one minute it was you, and then on one occasion it was Lucy messing up her line. It's like,
I lost it. We know exactly where he's gone.
well, I'm very happy with what we come out with here, though.
Remember the house of the woman who
Actually.
was strangled?
Yeah, obviously it's the conversation,
Yeah, it is.
Came on about Alice.
And
I love
the bush being dead as
Yeah.
well. Obviously,
This
with it
is
being
really
autumn.
nice. This is really nice. The flashback.
The flashback, I love
Flashback's
the flashback.
great.
Yeah.
And that's where he's
Obviously
going.
in black and white.
See the bloody handprint.
We don't know that for certain.
Obviously the voiceover, which we'd actually filmed on set that
Yeah,
day.
we did. Well, that was my idea to tell you
we
to.
filmed it on that day there with the location. I'm still acting, talking to Thomas.
Yeah.
And we do it,
I think we need to go with her.
and then we just put the voice,
One route, then maybe the
the
suspicious
audio.
Just
over
overlay it over, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty easy job, really.
Yeah.
leaving him on the streets. Trust him with his
And then they're trying to convince the sheriff that they need to go with Alison.
A bit of here. Look at Cleveland. He's shaking
Yeah.
his head and rolling
I
his
like
eyes.
that,
And,
yeah.
they're going to use Alison's house. We're supposed to protect her.
Yeah.
Now this here, a lot of people have said to me, "You forget your line there."
I thought you did.
It's to me not the best bit of acting I've
No.
ever done. My proud of. And they're looking at the sheriff saying, if the sheriff's going, "Hang on a minute, she's not coming with no." But it looks like I forget my line.
It does. It does. Look, I'll praise you when it's good.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
criticise you
yeah.
when it's not. We'll come to an agreement there.
Yeah.
And then they can't forget about Sarah, so they need to go back to her in the car.
This is a nice shot.
Yeah.
Her emotions throughout
Yeah,
the whole thing.
yeah.
The confusion here now, what's going on, and then the realisation, hang on a minute, they're going to take me to where he is.
Where he's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him kill me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, the hands, yeah, everything.
I'm scared.
I think there was a lot of makeup here as well.
Yeah.
Especially around
The eyes.
the eyelids.
Again, the banter between the sheriff and that, where he's just like good and the doctor, and he's like, Doc!
Scared is good.
Scared is good because it keeps you
Keeps you
fast.
fast.
You know, I like that line, but
On that scene as well, there were a couple of kids actually who came out to see what we were doing as well.
yeah.
They gave us some chocolates, I think.
Yeah.
So it was quite nice. This was a cutaway shot that we added in.
Now the reason I put this in
Yeah.
was the original version of the draft script. The blind man coming up here has a dog.
Yes.
And we cut it in the 3rd or 4th draft.
Yeah. I think it was the 4th.
Yeah, so I thought it'd be nice to put a dog.
Yeah.
In
So
the
he doesn't
film
actually
as
have
well.
the dog here, but
But in the original script, he had, instead of the white
the cane.
stick,
Yeah.
the cane, he had a dog, a guide dog.
Yeah.
I
I just wish here we could have gone in a bit closer.
The weather just changed really quickly, didn't it?
It was bad weather, but I still think
We should have
after
done.
it eased off.
This is a lovely.
Yeah, I like this scene. Obviously the kill. Of course I like it. I bloody did it, didn't I? Smashed his head against a tree.
And this is a bit of improv. You throwing the stick away, a bit of anger, a bit
Yeah,
of
yeah.
showy.
I kind of
Example.
wish the camera panned there, but
Yeah.
and then the makeup there is fantastic. You have a wound.
Obviously, we have a time change here.
Yes, we do.
You know, obviously he's gone now.
Yeah,
And Hawkins and Wolski are already there.
they're already there. They've got there first. The cars pull up. It's quite interesting actually because we added the cars driving on and off on a different date
Yes, we did.
to what you're about to see. Staying in the car is a nice touch. Because we didn't have Jordan and Lucy at
Present,
this point
here.
Yeah.
There was just the 2 officers, sheriff, myself, and Cleefon.
Yeah, Leafon was there, yeah. So again, improv here because the sheriff tells obviously Nick to stay in the car and then he just kind of barges his way in.
Yeah. Well, if the doc's allowed, I'm allowed.
Oh yeah. How many more people is this?
I love
Enough
Greg.
to kill.
Like, I love this close up
Yeah.
of me listening to the
Yeah.
conversation and that.
This was choosing the right shots here wasn't a challenge, but I had a bit of experimentation, a bit of creative freedom as well, which was nice.
He's gonna smell a rat.
So then this is where they start to sort out the plan. They need to come with us, sheriff. Again, horror trope of safety in numbers.
It's also they need to come with us because like I said, we always said, if you put a police car outside her house.
Yeah. It's going to arouse suspicion,
Smell that.
isn't it?
Also, for the fact of our budget, we didn't have a police car.
No, we didn't. You wanted one.
Yeah, but we didn't use one in the end.
Yeah.
Them coming in the Loomis's car with them as well.
Still got the police light bar.
Yeah.
Get through the traffic. Not that there's any traffic at this point because the whole town's been put on lockdown.
This is a nice scene.
Final driving scene.
Him telling her, he doesn't want anything to happen to her. He's
Yeah.
there to protect her.
Well, it's sort of bringing another perspective, isn't it? For Nick, Alison's someone that he's known a long time, and it sort of kind of goes beyond the working relationship, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're very close
Yeah.
friends at this point
Yeah.
now. They're very close friends, and you see also in what's to come in the future
Yeah.
the development of that friendship.
Yeah.
That there is.
Well, there's scope for those character arcs to develop further, isn't
But
it?
it's also the fact of as well that you see how quickly them friendships can change.
Yes.
The arguments, the anger at times.
Mhm.
As well as the friendly. I'm here to protect you, and also everything. It's there's more to come. Let's say.
Yeah. This scene's nice, where they obviously get out and they just kind of
Devise a plan.
inspect the sheer scale of,
As you
of
look,
the
Lewis
building.
is looking around,
Yeah.
devising a plan.
He is.
I'll get Wolski to come out and watch it for him.
Well, obviously we need to get everyone else out of the way first.
Yeah.
Get the girls inside, Nick. So yeah, obviously you can see Loomis kind of looking around, scoping the place out, scoping the joint out, as it were.
This good enough to wait out for him? One road in, one road out.
So obviously, when he says one road in, one road out, what I did here was I added in
So how's it going down?
the start of the shot before the cars come onto the drive, so you can see the way in,
Shot
way
before
out.
we come out the house,
Yeah,
isn't it? It's a
yeah.
really, it's nice because it's saying where we're at.
Well, again, it's
It's
establishing
lovely.
shots,
Yeah.
isn't it? You know, coming back to that, which I do think, you know, for other projects, we're going to need to make use of as well.
Mm.
Watch this space.
Absolutely. Watch this space.
You see anything, get your ass back inside this house. Understood? Yes, sir. Go on.
And this is where the sheriff sends Wolski outside. And then this scene here, where they actually go in close. Oh, not yet. Any second.
Yeah. This was a late edition in that day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Well, originally
Now,
we were going to have radios, but
Trying to help.
we changed it.
And if anything goes
So
wrong,
they're just
exactly.
shouting at each other.
Yeah.
See that scene. But this scene now,
Look at me.
we didn't have them standing so close originally, did we?
No. Well, I think it's a really emotive scene, really nice scene.
Yeah, it is.
You know, she's scared, and the sheriff's like.
Well, it's bringing another side to the sheriff's character. Again, it's that character arc development, isn't it? You know, you're seeing another side to the sheriff, aren't you? Trying to sort of placate her and try and sort of put her at ease a little bit. I mean, she just lost her boyfriend, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Wolski, you see anything? Nothing this way, sir.
And then we go outside. Yes, this is what I'm still talking about. So originally, this was on radio as well.
Stood in
Talkers.
in the house.
Yeah,
in the radio.
but we thought it was better for him to come out and check on him
Yeah.
and just say, "Keep watch." Not that he's got a radio though. I suppose you could just call him.
And then this here, it's a massive room. This was.
Oh, it's huge.
Massive room.
So we use this space as a communal area, kind of in between shots, and also on nights when we were sort of winding down,
Yeah.
chilling out, making use of the space. Really nice space.
Nice this as well, though, isn't it? You know, the sheriff checking the place, and he's so confused. Like, why does he need a taser?
Why does he want a taser? What's he gonna do?
But
What's he cooking?
He's just there, like, right, okay, fine.
Mm.
He's more, you know, he's busy checking that the place
Yeah.
is secure.
Yeah, he is. And then the crazy doctor. Well, not yet. In a second.
No. This here. I know exactly what was said here, and I will not repeat what was said here.
You're trying not to laugh.
Yeah, Thomas is the most hilarious actor I've ever met in my life, and
Sure, I'll go get it for
he
you.
said a rather funny thing there.
He did.
Because you can't hear it, and he knew you couldn't hear it on the camera,
Yes.
on the audio. So,
Oh, I heard it in the edit though.
oh yeah,
And then the netting's interesting. So he goes to get the netting, but he doesn't actually use the netting.
well, if you watch when they shoot, when obviously you've got that
When you hear the gunshot,
gunshots.
Yeah. drops the netting and
He
forgets
drops
about.
the
But again,
net.
it's playing into that irrationality. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you say, yeah, yeah.
The shit that goes on in that motherfucker's head. when
Nick obviously try and draw blood from a stone for the doctor here.
Yeah,
Trying to find out more about why he's here and what he's doing. Who is this crazy doctor?
Original Doctor way over 40 years ago. 25 years ago before he
Again, I think we could have done with another camera angle here, but it was just time, wasn't it? You know, this was 12:30 at night.
this was 12:30.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We're going toward nearly. I think we finished this about 10-1.
Yeah.
I think this scene.
I didn't go to bed till 3 in the morning.
I mean, this is the. I must admit, this is complimenting my looks. I'm at the time of filming this 24.
Yeah, just turned
He is the youngest looking
38
late
year old.
30-year-old. So if we're using the thing of him saying he was a teenager, so minimum 13, 25 years ago.
38.
He's a very young looking 38-year-old, I
He is.
think.
Hair dye works wonders, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. He uses some very good skin cream.
He does.
But here, Loomis is listening, but he's not really giving much away here.
No.
His plan. I'm going to do this. He just says he won't hurt anyone else. End of.
Yeah.
He doesn't tell.
Well, but
he
he's.
doesn't delve into his plan. He doesn't tell.
He hasn't
anyone.
got time to delve into his plan because
No.
Michael could be anywhere at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's not in his interest to give him, you know, a detailed analysis of how I'm going to capture Michael Myers. Grabs the netting. She's just, you know, conveniently under the
Chair.
chair.
It was also the thought of, obviously, Alison being it's nice that they're in this library because
Yeah.
Alison's an
She's
orphan.
not. Yes. No, I completely forgot about that aspect.
So obviously the bush shake.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I hear the gunshot. He's
This
where he
is
drops
where
the
the
net
netting
in.
goes. So
Yeah.
watch. Which was the last shot we filmed that night.
Yeah, it was.
That was the
Yeah,
last,
it
that one of us
was.
walking
Yeah.
out there was the
I
last
said we
shot.
needed a shot there, so
Yeah.
I love the scene. Wolski's so, in the zone, thinking it's Michael.
Even though he's looking right at him.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
It's got to be him. He's wearing glasses for a start off, mate.
in completely different attire.
Yeah.
This is why I told you to come and get me when you saw anything. Now get your ass back.
I think Thomas's acting here is brilliant.
Christ.
As the sheriff.
Just like that. You're not going to strip him off his back.
The outtakes from the scene, by the way,
Oh, hilarious.
were so funny.
There's a murderer at loose on the street.
Some of my favourites.
Yeah, and you would have had another murder if you got me.
I didn't say that. That's the wrong line.
I'm a victim of a crime. Attempted murder.
So what we did here was we actually combined two angles. Originally, we were going to just use either this angle or the angle that you're going to see in a minute.
Get your ass home.
And what I did was actually combine them so that you've got a longer scene. Because Thomas actually has some improv in his dialogue. If you want me to charge you, keep talking, he says. But originally, he didn't actually say that.
No.
He said something completely different. But I merged the two takes together.
I love this as well of him talking while he's off screen. I'll say, you watch this one, he'll kill someone.
Yeah. I don't think we originally scripted that, did we?
Yes, it was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fear makes you irrational.
This is, I love this. This is really, between
Again,
the
the
two.
bloopers from this.
Yeah.
Now listen to me. Nobody said a word of this to the girls inside. It was just a cat in the bushes.
Loomis is trying to see,
Let's just get back to it.
I understand why he's done this.
Yeah.
He's just, no, he had orders. And also, why is he lying to the girls? And
Yeah.
Loomis is like, why are you lying to them?
Yeah.
Just tell him.
Just tell him.
There's some guy up here playing pranks.
Wolski just got startled by
And this bit here,
He doesn't want to get his officer
in trouble.
dragged, does he? Dragged with reputation through the mud. Not that you really care about that
Just
at
even
this
here,
point.
like the sheriff's like really going along with his plan,
Mm.
and Lewis obviously goes, yeah,
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Again, your funny side to it.
Yeah,
Still think he's coming?
What we did, not here, but in about 10 seconds' time,
Thinks he is.
was we had, it was my idea to kind of show some time passing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we had some pretty basic, like sort of crossfades in between the scenes.
it was in the script to have crossfades.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said crossfade showing
Showing the times passing.
times passing, so you go from here, obviously,
Yeah.
and then it fades out,
Mm.
and then
Yeah,
you've
here we
got
go.
the clock, the ding, 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 ding.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
music.
Look how happy you look here, by the way.
I do. Yeah, I don't know what's been said, but I look rather happy.
Someone said something to you.
Yeah. And obviously, if you look here, everyone's moving around but one person, Loomis. Loomis is like looking out of one
He's
of the
attentively
windows.
watching
And
the window.
I love that final shot there of the sheriff and Loomis both with their backs looking at opposite windows.
Yeah.
Been there hours. Let me take over. Wolski's outside.
Almost midnight, showing that so much time's passed.
Sleepless nights at home, Sheriff.
I think Loomis' attitude to just, be so kind of dismissive. Oh, I've had so many sleepless nights, Sheriff.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But it's also
That's
again playing into what's coming.
Yeah, it is.
In the future about the whole story of Loomis's family and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
Worst mugs of tea ever, by the way.
Actually, cold water.
Cold water, yeah.
The water was disgusting here. Like I'm trying to drink a bit to make it look like I'm swallowing something, but it was absolutely disgusting.
You were trying so hard not to spit it out, weren't you? While you were delivering all your lines.
Yeah.
No wonder this scene took so many goes.
Yeah.
Make sure our children never.
And it's also the fact of when we got up to walk down here,
Yeah.
Thomas was saying something different to me every time
Yeah,
he
he
made me laugh. But as soon as, me and Thomas were having so many laughs at the back there, but as soon as that action, both of us
Quick into
click into
gear.
Also, obviously, you see the emotion on Alison's
Yeah.
face after the story of the bogeyman and everything.
He's coming here. Trust me, I just feel it.
Yeah. I think
Who knows what he's doing?
it's interesting because the next few minutes, they happen so quickly.
Yeah,
Obviously not just now, coming up, but I thought it was interesting because originally when we sort of scripted it, it was going to last a couple of minutes longer, I think. But I
Yeah.
think the kind of a way it sort of fell on the night was actually, we're in a bit of a groove here.
Yeah.
We kind of just want to sort of go through. And the thing is, it would happen so quickly.
Yeah.
Because Michael's just sort of burst into the house.
Yeah.
You know, he's cornered them up the stairs.
Yeah.
And
Loomis
then
has
obviously they
gone
take care of
down,
him. You
down
know.
the bloody hall.
Yeah.
You know, and you know they were all relying on Loomis's plan.
Yeah, they were.
So they're a bit stunned. Like,
Yeah.
hang on a minute. Loomis said he had this in control. He was going to do this for
Yeah.
us. Where is he?
Yeah.
What do we do? And
Exactly,
then Alison
yeah.
finally decides, I'm going to take this into my own hands and shoot him.
I actually used that cutaway, not there, of Wolski in the car a few times, and then he actually sees Michael. This time it really is him.
Are you sure? Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I'm positive. No, I think his acting here is brilliant. When he bangs on the door, tries to get the sheriff's attention, and then you see me obviously doing what I do, coming towards him. This scene here, I'm actually just behind him. It's just you can't see me until the sheriff turns away.
And then he turns, you can see his arm.
You can see my arm, and then I do stab him, but I actually just more drag him away. And then what happened very quickly there was obviously the door hitting the sheriff. But what he did was he put his foot in between the door, so it hits his foot rather than his face.
Also, they think he's knocked out here.
Yeah,
This is part of Loomis and the sheriff's plan.
yeah,
Now Michael thinks the sheriff's gone.
Yeah.
He's out of the way.
yeah.
But actually, this is all part of the plan, obviously. And,
Well, this isn't, but yeah, this bit is, you know.
that was. I'm not going to repeat what he said about something sucker, but that was improvisation.
Yes,
I
it
love
was.
this where Cleef as Nick is fighting with
Trying
Lucy's
to hold her
Alison
back.
to hold her
Yeah.
back.
The gun effect's there, and obviously me dropping the knife.
You hate this shot now, but
I hate it.
love
I
this
wish
shot.
I wasn't breathing.
But it's showing that they think he's dead, but he's not. He's
But they'd
not.
be able to see he's breathing, though.
Yeah, but
This
they're
is
thinking
what I'm-
irrationally.
Yeah.
Again. You know, where is he? He had a plan.
Yeah.
You know.
Where's this stupid
He's
doctor?
got his hands out.
Yeah. Spring up,
Leave him alone.
grab the knife.
If you want to kill anyone, come and kill me.
Yeah,
Michael turns. I just wish, I'm being critical here, but I just wish they went a bit further down the hallway.
corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we actually turn into the same room as where the library is.
Yeah.
But it's obviously a different room. This was right at the other end of the
Yeah.
of the
So
house.
there's the plan. There's the plan.
Yeah, there's the
You've
plan.
got an
Axe in the back, taser.
What do we do now?
And it's over so quick.
Yeah, yeah,
It's over so quick. And
Yeah.
we wanted that. We wanted that for how the film ends.
Mm.
They think it's over.
yeah,
It's Michael.
yeah.
It's not over.
Mm.
You know, so it's just happened so quickly.
Yeah, I think the exhaustion from the sheriff there, that's great.
Yeah.
Great acting. And obviously he's got his head wound as well. You don't really see it there, but you will in the next few scenes.
You alright?
And then Hawkins isn't really dead, he's only got him in the vest.
Yeah.
But again, the makeup there is brilliant. You really need to watch it, I guess, more than once to fully appreciate kind of the work that's kind of gone into the makeup there.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
Look at Loomis looking, you know, I was looking at his cut, seeing what he had.
Is it over? Did you get it?
It's over.
Thank you.
Yeah. And obviously there's no other officers left, again another stall shot, but there's no other officers left at this point, so obviously the sheriff sends all he has left to go and watch over Michael. I can tell you don't like being hugged there.
You won't. I'll make sure.
I tease him about that a lot. He doesn't like it, but he knows it's true.
No.
Even Eagle isn't getting up from that for a while.
I'll make sure of that. Famous last words, Doc.
Yeah. Even that line, even
Yeah.
getting up from that for a while.
Keeping that promise.
One taser and an axe.
Just doing what
Yeah, because originally we were going to have the net.
But we changed it
We did change
to
it.
have the drop, the
Yeah.
net dropped.
Yeah.
And also to think, you know, that how quick it happens.
Yeah.
You put a net, it doesn't happen as quick.
No, yeah, you're faffing about
Yeah.
getting a net over him, aren't you? We split that scene as well, didn't we? So originally we were going to have him fall back over a chair. Didn't happen
Yeah.
in the end, which was too clumsy. In the van.
It's also here we never show Michael's kit, but you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, you know, yeah, straight away.
You don't need to
Well,
see.
you don't even need to see the body here.
No.
Because you know what's gone on. Again, Loomis is straight off.
It's nice that way.
Yeah.
You see the blood.
And you can really see the blood
pouring
coming down. Yeah. That's what's saying about the makeup.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Just sprints off.
Yeah. I love it. I like this sort of little cliffhanger because it, you know, it plays into kind of what may come,
Yes.
you know, and they just...
We know exactly what's
Oh yeah, but it's
You
the
don't.
way the sheriff and Loomis look at each other and then cut to
That's
black.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
the,
a wrap.
Credits now. So hope you've enjoyed this in-depth chat
Yeah.
between us.
It's been good.
It's been
good to look back on kind of what we've done and, you know, start to reflect on things and tease what we might be doing in the future.
If you don't have any idea what we're doing in the future yet, where have you been throughout this whole commentary? But yes, there is a future to come.
Yeah.
We're well on track ourselves with that right now.
Busy people, aren't
Busy people, yes.
Busy people.
And I'm sure a lot of people will have seen that we've appointed Greg as assistant director for the next project.
Yeah.
Massive boost for
Big
us.
asset is Greg. Big asset.
So yeah, we'll thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed us waffling on about the film and what we've done and everything. We've enjoyed watching it back and chatting over it and everything. So keep following, keep subscribing, and there's more to come.
Yeah.
There's more to come just on this project of the Halloween Hunt of Michael Myers, and then, like I say, in the new year, well, on New Year's Day, to be precise, at 12 midday, you will find out the title of our next project.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned, and thank you for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Don't forget to click below
to subscribe to the JJL Productions YouTube channel.